Our little homestead has come a long way. Not long ago, this was nothing more than a quiet hilltop surrounded by trees. Now, we have fields producing our first crops, chickens roaming around the coop, and even a few new varieties of plants beginning to take root. But as the farm grows, so does the amount of work required to keep it running, and, perhaps more importantly, so does the amount of stuff we have lying around. Our little cottage has served us well, but it was never designed to store the supplies of a growing farm. It was time to build something a little bigger, something practical, something that could help prepare the farm for whatever comes next. And so, construction began on the largest building the farm had seen so far. The plan was simple. The lower level would give us somewhere to store our growing collection of supplies. The ground floor would provide space for livestock, with 3 pens prepared for cows, pigs and sheep. And above it all, we'd have a dedicated workspace for crafting and preparing the tools we need for future projects. For now, the pens would remain empty, but hopefully not forever. As the walls began to rise, the barn quickly became the largest structure on the farm, which was rather exciting, although admittedly it did make the cottage look slightly less impressive. I suppose every farm has to start somewhere. With the main structure taking shape, the farm was beginning to feel more organised. We'd finally have somewhere to keep our supplies, somewhere to work, and plenty of room to welcome some larger animals in the future. There was just one small problem. We didn't actually have any animals to put in the pens yet, but that's a problem for another day. Speaking of problems, 2 unexpected visitors decided to visit the farm. Unfortunately, they weren't here to help build the barn. The farm may have been peaceful so far, but it seems not everyone was happy to see us settling in. Fortunately, we had a solution. It was time to make our first proper weapons. A copper sword was quickly crafted, along with a shield to help keep us safe, because apparently, building a barn now requires a certain level of security. The attack was dealt with, and thankfully the farm survived another day, although I'm beginning to think that perhaps the locals could be a little more welcoming. With the excitement behind us, it was time to get back to work. The barn still had a long way to go. Slowly but surely, the building began to come together. The lower level would give us somewhere to organise all the materials we collected. The animal pens were ready and waiting. And the upper floor would eventually become our main workshop, giving us somewhere to craft and prepare for the larger projects ahead. It wasn't finished yet. There's still plenty of decorating to do, more storage to build, and countless little details to add. But for now, practicality was more important. The farm needed a building that could grow with it, and this would do nicely. At last, the main structure was complete. The barn may not be finished in every little detail, but for now, it has everything the farm needs. And while working on the barn, something else began to take shape. The forest that once surrounded our little homestead has been slowly cleared away, opening up a significant amount of new land. And empty land rarely stays empty for long. Soon this space will have a new purpose, but for now, we'll leave that for another time. The farm is growing, the barn is ready, the animal pens are waiting, and with more land opening up around us, it feels like we're only just getting started. There is still plenty to build, but for the first time, it feels like this little homestead is becoming something much more than just a place to call home.